Hello friends and welcome back to my channel Mass Communication Today. Today in this video we are going to talk about one of the theories of mass communication. So as a student of mass communication we have to study a lot of theories and models which are categorized into different sections such as process theories number 1, number 2 semiotic theories, number 3 media or power structures theories, under which we have concepts like Marxism and ideology, etc. So those come under media and power structures. And then there are other theories and models which are one of or single theories and models which does not fall in any of these four categories. So today we are going to talk about one of the important and oldest model of communication which falls under the category of process theories. So this theory is none other than Lasswell's model. If you are a student of mass communication, you know this model is very important and we cannot ignore this particular model. We have to study this model for our exams, for competitive exams, for college exams, etc. So you cannot do away or avoid this model. It's one of the most oldest process theories models that we have in communication, and it's very important as well because it lays down the basic structure of communication, and based on this particular model other models have developed based on the Lasswell's model. So let's talk about Lasswell's model in this video. Let me just delete it first. All right. So the Lasswell's model was given in the year 1948. So this is the first thing that you should remember. The model was given in the year 1948. Now in many NET examination, this question has come directly or indirectly in the form of chronology, right? So what they will do is they will give four different models, and they will ask you to arrange those models from the very first to the very last. So this is something that the NET examination have done, that is to arrange theories and models in terms of their chronology. So whichever comes first, you have to arrange it in the first and then the last one. So this is something that has come a lot of times in the UGC NET examination for journalism and mass communication. So if there is a question like this, remember Lasswell's model was in the year 1948, and it is one of the first or the early models besides Aristotle. Aristotle's model we will discuss about it, which is around 300 BC, which is much earlier. But in the recent times, if we talk about the recent models and communication models that we have in recent times, we can say Lasswell models is the one to begin with. So it was given by Lasswell in the year 1948. So Lasswell's full name was Harold D. Lasswell. So Harold D. Lasswell is the full name, and he he gave this model in the year 1948. Now, what is the model? He argued that to understand the process of mass communication, one needs to study each of the stages in this mode. So he gave 5 elements. All right, he gave 5 elements, and he said that to understand the process of communication, there are 5 elements which needs to be studied in a step-by-step manner. So what are these stages? The first is who. Who means the sender. Who says what. Says what means the message. In which channel. Also the channel. To whom, which is the audience, and with what effect. Now this model is written like this: who says what, in which channel, to whom, with what effect. So here, who is the sender? The person who is communicating the information, communicating the message. Who is the person, right? So who here is the person, the sender of the message, the creator of the message. Now who says what the person is saying, that is the message. In which channel, how the person is saying it, which method of communication the person is selecting to send the message across, that is the channel. What is the method of communication that the sender is selecting, that is the channel. To whom, who is saying to whom, who is the audience, who is the listener, who is the receiver, or who is the viewer of that message, with what effect, and what is the ultimate effect of that message. So here 5 elements are there in this model, and we call this model a linear model. All right, please remember this, it's called a linear model. Now in many times questions has come, what kind of model is Lasswell model? Circular, triangular, linear? So this kind of question has come before, so the answer would be a linear model. Just be confident, close your eyes, and you can easily mark this answer if a question is there about the shape of the model of Lasswell's model. So the answer would be linear. You can answer it confidently. That's number 1. And many a times question has been asked about how many elements are there in the Lasswell model. So there are 5 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 elements in this model, and it's a linear model. And the model is who says what, in which channel, to whom, with what effect. Who is the sender? What is the message he or she is creating? In which channel? What is the mode of communication, or how the message is transferred from the sender to the receiver? To whom? Who is the audience? How the audience is like, and with what effect? What is the final effect of that message and selecting that channel on the audience? So that is the crux or the core of Lasswell's model. Now, one thing we must remember, I'm going to delete this. So So one thing one must remember here, that the fact that it raises the issue of the effect rather than meaning. Now this is something that we should remember, or we should focus on. A change in one of these elements will change the effect. Here Lasswell specifically speaks about the effect on the audience, how the audience is affected, or how the audience is swayed, or maybe manipulated, or maybe have a positive response or a negative response. What is the response of the audience towards the message selected, towards the channel selected, whether it's positive, whether it's negative, how it is affecting the response of the audience. That is the main focus of the model, rather than creation of meaning. So here the model focuses on effect rather than meaning. Please remember that. And a change in one of the elements will change the effect. So this is something that we also should keep in mind, that a change in any of the elements, the 5 elements that we have seen, that is who, says what, in which channel, to whom, and with what effect. So these 5 elements, a change in any of these 5 elements, right? There are 5 elements. Now a change in any of these 5 elements will change the effect. If we change the who, that is the sender, it will change the effect. Says what, if we change the message, it will change the effect. If we change the channel, it will change the effect. And if we change the audience, it will change the effect. So here, number 1, the focus of this model is on effect rather than creation of meaning. And number 2 is a change in any one of these elements. If we change any one of these elements, it will change the effect. So this is more or less about the Lasswell model. It's a very small model, but a very important one, because it's very old, in the year 1948, one of the earliest communication models in the modern times. And to begin with, and many models have been based upon Lasswell's model, and we will see this in the later videos, that how many models have been based on and has been elaborated on Lasswell's model. So this is more or less about the Lasswell model. Now if you have any questions or any doubts about this model, please do comment. Number 1. Number 2 is, if you like a certain topic to be covered by me in this channel related to mass communication and journalism, please write it in the comment section. And most importantly, if you have benefited from this video, and if you have liked the video, then please do like, share and subscribe to this channel for more such videos. It will be very helpful. So please do subscribe and write in the comment section the kind of videos you want to see. Thank you so much. We'll meet again in the next video.